Yeah, so I was raised in a circus-like environment, huge rock and roll tour. My parents were in the band. And so I spent my childhood being raised underneath this huge stage, and we traveled everywhere and put on these big shows. And I was raised on the buses, the planes. My mom was a singer, my dad was a bass player, and I saw the magic of the stage from infancy until young adulthood. So I was sort of born into a family of people whose main job was to make magic for people. I specialize in contemporary music, singing music where you need a fine and very precise voice, a voice that's very in tune and that has rhythmical precision. The other specialty that I have is singing ancient music, mainly the music of Hildegard of Bingen, where again you're looking for a clean, clear voice where you understand the text, which is also like pop music. So I'm bringing all those worlds together, and that's really what the composer wanted for the beautiful Susona. He wanted a voice that was clear, light, understandable, where text came first and clarity came first. The story of the beautiful Susona is, at first glance, a little bit like Romeo and Juliet, but then you realize that Seville is such a huge character in the story as well, and what was going on in Seville historically during the time she was alive. She meets a guy from the wrong religion. She's Jewish, he's Christian, and she very naively falls in love with him, and in doing so betrays her father, betrays the other people in her religion. She is betrayed, but what's really interesting about her with all the death and destruction is that she continues to live. She decides to continue living and then decides that her story can become something that is helpful to others. So Susona is really an alchemist. Susona was a very attractive young lady bouncing around the streets of Seville and very dedicated and devoted to her father and to her religion, but quite naive. The story turns her into a woman. The suffering that she creates for herself and she undergoes turns the beautiful Susona into a woman. Brings contemporary music together with ancient music in this legend of the beautiful Susona is a certain spirituality of how the music is sung, how the music is put together. It's such a melting pot. Like what is in her voice is a melting pot of a lot of different kinds of music, not just opera. But I sing Indian music, so I hear a lot of Indian music in this music. And hearing drones, singing with drones, and singing with the same, in this opera, I get to sing with the same type of voice that is connected to pop music, that is connected to Indian music, and to ancient music. So in this story, there are a lot of contemporary factors with groups of people in different religions claiming ownership over the same plot of land, over commerce, and people's lives getting caught up and chewed up in the tension between different people who have different aims and different beliefs. So my vision of the beautiful Susona is that she is a person who feels a great natural, mystical connection to love, to God. She's also a human, and she falls in love with a person she shouldn't love, and in that process discovers incredible resilience. The beautiful Susona could choose to be a victim. Of course, terrible things happen to her, but she decides to find other ways through the path of all the hardship, which is not just staying in her victimhood. It's discovering resilience, and it's offering what she has gone through to benefit others.